Alright, we're back. So what I want to kind of go over with you a little bit about changing information. Let's say, let's bring up a horse. Can't do it. We're going to update this horse. Okay, so now we've got that horse in our system. If you look right here, this tells you the name of the horse that we're working on. So if you get distracted or something and pulled away from the computer, you can come back and go, oh yeah, okay, I'm working on this horse. So they came in and told me that Can Do It was registered in class number 3, and they want to unregister the horse from the class. They don't want to scratch him because the draw has not been done, but they want to take him out. So we're going to unregister the class. Click Update Class. Unregistering is just read the little messages that come up. It's just telling you we're going to take him out of the class. Okay. So now when we go back up here, click, you see he's only in class number 1. So we're going to go to the events and let's go to Little Miss Einstein. Okay, the draw has been made for class 3 already. And they came up and said, oh, well, she's lame. So, and, you know, as the rules through NRHA, once the draw's posted, the horse can no longer be removed from the class because they're calculated in the earnings, so we have to scratch them but leave them in the actual draw. So the way to do that, if you look right here, if you do it here, you're going to choose the class that she's registered for, and you're going to scratch the class here and update. See, when you click on it, make sure it's scratched her. Okay, now we're going to go back over to our reports and scoring. Class 3. And this is another place. You can see right here when I pulled up the placements, it shows that she was scratched from the class. So you can go, I'm sorry, I took you to the wrong location. Oh, hold on. Give me scoring is where I wanted to go. Scoring is another place where you can go and scratch a horse. So when Little Miss Einstein comes up, you'll see she was scratched. So you could either do it in the entry section or you can do it in the scoring section if you have a horse that's scratched. If the horse is getting out of class before the draw, you definitely want to do it in the entry section, in entry area, and not when you're here at scoring. Now if the horse has a no score, he showed but he got a no score, this is where you would indicate the no score right here. So those are just a little of the extra things that you'll run into on how to handle them. Reports, show entries. Okay, show entries, I couldn't show it to you earlier because there was no horses in the program, but I'm going to show it to you now. It generates a report, and what it is, it shows the back numbers in numerical order, the name of the horse, the owner's name, and what classes those horses are in. So if you want to go back through and check on some stuff and make sure everything's, let's say we have a lot of pre-entries and stuff, you can keep an eye on what classes you put your horse in. I like to run this report at the end of the show just to have it on hand, so if somebody comes and asks me something, have I entered in this class, I can either pull the information sheet or I can pull this form and say, yeah, you've entered in class number 1 and 3, and in class 3 you're in 2 levels. So this is more information for you if you want to know. Another thing we sometimes run into, people wanting to know how many's in the class. We have to exit out of here. Whoops. And so you have to be in the horse entry section, and you're gonna hit Control and Z. All right. Control Z takes you to available events. Okay, so that's the name. You can do it by horse or you can do it by class. So here I've got by horse. So if I want to click on the horse, I'm going to click on Little Miss Einstein, and it's showing me that she's in draw 3 in the men's class. And of course she's scratched from this class, but it still shows up as draw 0 because she's being charged for the class. So let's click on this horse. Control Z again to find the horse that you want to do. A and B boogie. And we haven't drawn class 3. That's why they're all zeros. So you can also, with Control Z, you can unclick the by horse and you can do it by class. So I want to know who's in class number 2, and it tells me I have no horses registered. How many's in class number 3, and it shows I have 3 in that class. How many's in class number 3? There's 2 entries, and class number 4 have no entries. So Control Z helps you if somebody's wanting to know how many's in a class. Sometimes they want to know that. The announcer wants to know it ahead of time so they can adjust things with the drags. So that's how you find that information.